Okay, so we have just a typical touch-up paint pen that can be bought on the internet. Everybody sells these things, and they have this fibrous tip. And essentially, think of this as a magic marker. The paint that they mix up for these pens is so thin, it's really hard to build up in a chip or a scratch, and it has to be really thin because it's got this fibrous tip. So once you deplunge, this is a brand new one, you deplunge this tip, the paint actually starts to flow and comes through this tip, and then it lays down paint, but it lays it down like so thin it's like it may as well be a magic marker. So I want to show you a cool hack to, if you've got one of these, to do a touch-up paint repair like a pro. So what you're going to need is a small measuring cup, kind of like this, and then once you get the paint out of here, then either an artist touch-up brush like this with a nice fine tip, or an automotive touch-up brush specifically with one of these little micro tip ends on it. Alright, so here we go. You get your heavy-duty pliers. And you're just going to, you don't want to squeeze that plastic head too hard, but it doesn't take very much. You're just going to take it off like that. And you're going to dump it in there. As you can see, this paint is really watery. Like I said, this is how they get that paint to flow through that tip. It's basically like water. And that's why it's so hard to actually fill up chips and scrapes with these paint pens, because it just puts the paint on so thin you may as well be using a magic marker. So it can take forever, and basically you'll probably never be able to fill up a chip or a nick so that it's actually flush to the surrounding paint. And then if you wanted, after you're done with your touch-ups, if you're actually using this for your touch-up, if that's all you have, if you're really careful, you can squeeze these little plastic measuring cup and you could actually pour it right back in. It's got a little ball in there for mixing. You can pour the whole mess right back in there and put that tip back on. And put it away for another day.